What if I told you that a small, old coin lying quietly in someone's drawer, a coin most people would ignore, could be worth thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars today? This isn't a movie plot. This isn't some crazy hypothetical. These are real coins, real stories, and real people whose lives were changed forever by a piece of metal they almost threw away. We're talking about coins that were accidentally created, coins that survived forgotten moments in history, and coins that look almost identical to the change you might have in your car right now, but with one tiny difference that makes them a legendary treasure. This is the insane world of rare coins, and it's way crazier than you think. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you some of the most shocking rare coin discoveries ever made. We'll uncover why a simple penny can be worth more than a sports car, how an elderly woman found a multi-million-dollar treasure in her late husband's desk, and the exact details you need to look for that could turn your spare change into a fortune. These stories are absolutely mind-blowing, and they prove that incredible treasures aren't just buried on remote islands. Sometimes, they're hiding in plain sight, waiting in piggy banks, old jars, and forgotten boxes in attics all across the country. The biggest question is, do you own one of these coins without even knowing it? Right now, you could be sitting on a life-changing amount of money and have absolutely no idea. That's why you have to watch this entire video. Because by the end, you'll know exactly what to look for, and the next jaw-dropping discovery we talk about could be your own. I promise you, after watching this, you will never look at your loose change the same way again. Let's get into it. So, what makes a simple coin, something you'd use to buy a gumball, suddenly become one of the most valuable objects on the planet? It comes down to 4 insane factors, and the first one is the most obvious: rarity. Think about it. If a government only mints a few hundred coins for a special occasion, or if a batch is almost completely destroyed, the few that survive become instant legends. Collectors will literally do anything to get their hands on the one coin they're missing from their collection. It's like owning the only copy of a video game in the world. The fewer there are, the crazier the price gets. But it gets even wilder with the second reason: mistakes. This is my favorite. Sometimes, the people running the giant machines that press coins mess up. They might use the wrong metal, stamp the wrong date, or even strike the design twice, creating a double die error. These aren't just flawed coins, they are accidental works of art. A tiny, almost invisible error that slipped past inspectors 100 years ago can make a coin 100,000 times more valuable today. We're talking about a single misplaced letter or a slightly off-center image, turning a 1-cent coin into a 6-figure payday. It's the ultimate treasure hunt for details no one else would notice. Finally, you have history and condition. A coin held by a famous historical figure, or one that was present during a world-changing event, carries a story, and people will pay a fortune to own that piece of history. Imagine holding a coin that was used by a Roman emperor, and condition is everything. A coin that looks like it was just minted yesterday, with no scratches and perfect luster, is called mint state. Finding an old coin in perfect condition is like finding a dinosaur that's still alive. It's so rare that collectors will go to war over it at auctions, pushing the prices into the stratosphere. These 4 factors together create the perfect storm for a multi-million-dollar treasure. Now let's talk about one of the most legendary mistake coins in history, the 1943 copper penny. During World War II, the United States needed copper for the war effort, for things like shell casings and telephone wire. So, in 1943, the US Mint made a decision. All pennies would be made of zinc-coated steel to save copper. They look silvery gray, and are the only steel cents ever made for circulation. The government was adamant, no copper pennies were to be made that year. It was a rule. It was a law. But as we know, mistakes happen. Somehow, at the end of 1942, a few leftover copper planchets, the blank copper discs used to make pennies, got stuck in the minting hoppers. When the machines were fired up to make the new 1943 steel cents, these forgotten copper blanks were fed through and struck with the 1943 date. Nobody knows for sure how many were made, but it's estimated to be less than 40. These accidental copper pennies were then mixed in with millions of steel cents and released into the public. They were used in vending machines, in grocery stores, and spent just like any other penny, with no one realizing they were holding an impossible artifact. For years, rumors of a 1943 copper penny were just a myth, a playground legend. Car manufacturer Henry Ford even offered a brand new car to anyone who could bring him one. Then, in 1947, a teenager named Don Lutz Jr. found one in his school cafeteria change. He kept it, even though experts told him it was probably a fake. Decades later, that same coin was authenticated. After he passed away, his coin was sold at auction for over $200,000. Another one sold for over $1.7 million. All because a few copper blanks were in the wrong place at the wrong time. This next story is the one that gives every single person hope. It's not about a seasoned collector or a history expert. It's about a regular person stumbling upon a life-altering treasure. Meet an elderly woman from a small town, whose husband had been a casual coin collector. He wasn't a professional, just someone who liked to save interesting coins he found. After he passed away, she was left with his belongings, including an old wooden desk filled with drawers of paperwork, trinkets, and a few small boxes of coins he had collected over the years. She didn't think much of them. For years, the desk and its contents sat untouched. The coins were just a sentimental reminder of her husband's hobby. One day, while cleaning out the house, she decided it was finally time to go through the drawers. She found a small, unassuming coin in a dusty box. It was a nickel, dated 1913, with the head of Lady Liberty on it. She almost put it back, thinking it was just another old coin worth 5 cents. But something made her pause. She remembered her husband mentioning something about a rare nickel, but it sounded like a fairy tale. Curiosity got the best of her. She took the coin to a local dealer, who was initially skeptical, but after a closer look, the dealer's eyes went wide. This wasn't just any Liberty Head nickel, it was one of only 5 known to exist. The 1913 Liberty Head nickel is one of the most famous and mysterious coins in American history, secretly minted and never officially released. Hers was the long-lost 5th coin. After being authenticated by experts, it was put up for auction. That nickel, found in a forgotten drawer, sold for over $3.1 million. Her life and her family's future was changed in an instant. Sometimes, the difference between a coin worth 25 cents and a coin worth $25,000 is so small you could literally miss it with the naked eye. This is where coin collecting becomes a true treasure hunt. Collectors, armed with magnifying glasses and an insane amount of knowledge, hunt for tiny errors known as varieties. These aren't huge mistakes like using the wrong metal. They're subtle, almost microscopic details that make a coin unique. It could be a doubled letter in the word Liberty, a missing mint mark, or even a tiny crack in the die that was used to strike the coin. A perfect example is the 1955 doubled die Lincoln cent. To the average person, it looks just like any other wheat penny, but if you look closely at the date and the words "In God We Trust and Liberty," you'll see that the letters and numbers are clearly doubled, almost like they have a shadow. This happened when the metal die used to stamp the coins was made improperly, creating a ghost image. About 20,000 of these error coins were accidentally mixed in with a regular batch and sent out into circulation before anyone at the mint noticed the mistake. People started finding them in their pocket change, mostly around the New England area. A coin that was literally worth 1 cent in the morning was suddenly being sought after by collectors for hundreds of dollars. Today, depending on its condition, a 1955 doubled die penny can be worth anywhere from $1,000 to over $15,000. It's the exact same size, weight, and design as a regular penny. But because of that one tiny beautiful mistake, it's a certified treasure. This just proves that you absolutely have to pay attention to the small details. Some coins are valuable not because of a mistake, but because of the incredible history they represent. These coins are like tiny time capsules, physical objects that were present during some of the most important moments in human civilization. Owning one is like owning a piece of that story. Think about the Ides of March denarius, a silver coin minted by Brutus in 42 BC to commemorate the assassination of Julius Caesar. On one side, it has a portrait of Brutus himself, and on the other, 2 daggers and the inscription Eid Mar for the Ides of March. It's literally a piece of propaganda celebrating one of history's most famous events. This coin is more than just silver. It's a direct link to a turning point in the Roman Empire. It was held by Roman soldiers and citizens who lived through that chaotic time. Only about 100 of these are known to exist, and they are among the most sought-after ancient coins in the world. In 2020, a gold version of this coin, one of only 3 known, sold for a staggering $3.5 million, making it the most expensive ancient coin ever sold at auction. The buyer didn't just purchase a piece of gold, they purchased the story of ambition, betrayal, and the fall of Caesar. It's not just ancient coins either. The 1804 draped bust dollar, known as the King of American Coins, is another example. Even though it's dated 1804, none were actually minted in that year. They were struck decades later as special diplomatic gifts for rulers in Asia. These coins were carried across oceans and presented to kings and sultans as a symbol of America's growing influence. Owning one means you're connected to that era of exploration and international diplomacy. Their history is so powerful that collectors have paid over $4 million just to have one. When you hold a coin like that, you're not just holding metal, you're holding history. Okay, so we've talked about million-dollar coins and legendary treasures, and right now you're probably thinking, okay Adil, that's cool, but these are in museums or owned by billionaires, there's no way I have one, and that is where you are completely wrong. The most exciting and mind-blowing part of coin collecting is that these discoveries are not just happening in history books, they are happening right now, in regular houses, to regular people. Every single day, someone, somewhere, stumbles upon a rare coin and has no idea. Think about it. Where does old change go? It gets thrown into a jar on the dresser, it gets put into a piggy bank and forgotten for 20 years, it gets passed down from your grandparents in a dusty old box in the attic. Your grandfather might have gotten a rare 1943 copper penny as change, and thinking it looked odd, tossed it into a drawer where it has sat for 70 years. Your parents might have a collection of bicentennial quarters from 1976, and one of them could be a rare double die variety worth hundreds of dollars. These coins are not in some high-security vault, they are hiding in plain sight. They're mixed in with worthless foreign coins from that one vacation you took. They're at the bottom of a purse. They're in the cup holder of your car. The stories we've talked about today, the coin in the drawer, the penny from the cafeteria, are not exceptions. They are the rule. The vast majority of rare coins that are rediscovered are found by amateur, everyday people who just happen to get curious. The only difference between them and you is that they decided to take a second look. Let's say it happens. You're cleaning out your garage and you find an old coin that looks special. Your heart starts pounding. What do you do next? The first and most important rule is, do not clean the coin. I'm going to say that again. Do not clean it. I know it's tempting to make it shiny, but cleaning a rare coin can instantly destroy up to 90% of its value. Collectors want coins with their original surface, or patina, which proves their age and authenticity. Cleaning it leaves tiny scratches and strips away that history, and to a collector, that's a complete deal breaker. Next, it's time to play detective. Get a good magnifying glass and start looking at the details. Check the date. Look for a small letter near the date, which is the mint mark, like S for San Francisco, D for Denver, or no mark for Philadelphia. These tiny letters can mean the difference between a coin worth $1 and a coin worth $10,000. Go online and search for your coin's date and mint mark. Look up lists of valuable error coins and compare the photos to what you have. Look for things like the doubled letters we talked about earlier. If you think you have something special, the next step is to get a professional opinion. Don't just trust a random person. Find a reputable coin dealer or, even better, a third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. These companies will authenticate your coin, grade its condition on a scale from 1 to 70, and seal it in a protective plastic holder called a slab. This slab guarantees your coin is genuine and makes it much easier to sell for its true value. Finally, whether it's valuable or not, store it safely. A simple plastic flip or a coin album will protect it from damage, preserving its story for the future. The truth is, rare coins are not just for museums or rich collectors. They are hidden among us, in homes, in drawers, in forgotten boxes. Some of the world's most valuable coins were once owned by people who had no idea what they were holding. They were just spare change, pocket money, or a forgotten keepsake from a grandparent. These stories prove that history isn't some far-off distant thing. It's tangible, it's real, and sometimes, it's small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. The line between worthless metal and a life-changing treasure is thinner than you could ever imagine. Every coin in your possession has a story of where it's been. It has passed through countless hands, witnessed countless moments, and has been on a journey to get to you. Most of those journeys are ordinary, but some are extraordinary. Some coins are survivors, mistakes, or historical witnesses that are just waiting for someone to finally recognize their true importance. The potential is everywhere, in every handful of change, in every old collection. The thrill is in the search, and the possibility that you might be the next person to make a world-shocking discovery. So, tonight, before you sleep, take a second look at your old coins. Go check that jar you've been ignoring. Ask your parents if they have any old collections tucked away, because the next rare coin that shocks the world, the next multi-million-dollar story that everyone will be talking about, might already belong to you. The hunt is on, and it starts right now. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and comment below. Have you ever found an old or unusual coin? Until next time, keep searching, because history